Are we live? I think we are. We're gonna start this off. I don't know where I left off last time. Who cares? This fucking dump's a mess. First call we're gonna do is it's a quick one. It's 2.5 minutes long. It's Lorne talking. It's Lorne talking about MIZTERPEENIZ, our favorite thing. We make sure this puppy is all sourced in. Oh shit! I think I messed this up. Hold on here. I gotta turn this application properties. Here we go. I think this will work.
My girlfriend.
There we go.
Any videos were not meant for anybody else's eyes except my girlfriend.
I know.
If you get
Just
hold of any fucking videos like that, please delete. Show some respect for me, please. I'm not an asshole.
Your MIZTERPEENIZ was only meant for Kayla, and we saw them all
come
too.
on. When you get
Come on, I'm
me
trying to
some
make
fucking
you
respect.
laugh. I'm trying to make you
I'm
laugh.
not going to laugh at things that are not laughable about.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I am not Mr. I am not MIZTERPEENIZ. I'm not MIZTERPEENIZ. That shit from fucking 10 years ago.
Who's MIZTERPEENIZ?
When I was fucked up. I want friends from today, not fucking shit from what I was 10 years ago. I was fucked up 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, but who's MIZTERPEENIZ?
Shit I said in the fucking conversation. I said, I don't want to fucking talk about that shit anymore. I want people to know me for whom I am today.
I thought that it was all water under the bridge. I thought it was just like we could joke about it.
I want people to like me for who I am today. I don't want them to like me for the fucking person I've been betrayed about. Or, I don't even think I got that fucking... No, I didn't get that word right. Betrayed. That's the word I was looking for.
Why did you say MIZTERPEENIZ in your... Let me see. I'm going to Google that.
RAMONAH.
You know?
RAMONAH.
Yeah.
RAMONAH.
Yes.
Oh.
I love it when they threaten to do some background research via Google, because that's his worst fear, is people Googling him and him not being able to spin the narrative. He goes ballistic.
Oh, God.
Oh
MIZTERPEENIZ
God!
wasn't Lorne's name. MIZTERPEENIZ was the name of Lorne's penis.
No, yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Good. We said it. All right, get it over with. It's done.
I mean, I just wanted to clarify.
Don't need to mention it anymore.
It's so good. I'm pretty sure we played that call before, but I was cruising the dump, and yeah, I had to do it again. So anyway, I'm not entirely certain where we left off, but I know we've gone through a ton of this RAMONAH folder, and because everything is jumbled up, it's hard when I forget to take notes, or I don't know, I just get like too fucked up sometimes. But Lorne is a drunk sperm donor. We did 621s. Okay, so let's go past this 621. Let's go to 7/7/2017. This one is called Emma negotiates baby sex with Lorne. I don't even fucking know what that means. I don't think I've heard this one. We're gonna run it.
I am not licking your asshole.
How about just kissing it?
The thought of me not being able to get a hard on go out the window. I don't have a problem getting hard on. Fucking Emma.
Lorne?
Yes.
What's with these messages?
Fucking doing shit irritating me.
What are you talking about?
Talking about your fucking friends.
Wait, what about
You don't want to spend time with me. You don't want to spend time with me. It's pissing me off.
Lorne, what are you talking about?
Talking about today. Talking about last 4 fucking days.
What do you,
Today, I called you fucking 3 or 4 times this morning.
first of all, what do you
cut me off?
What do you mean today, or the last 4?
Today.
What do you mean the last 4 days? When Monday we talked on the phone all night.
Monday. Now you didn't know. I know Tuesday was the 4th of July, but I really got a message. Wednesday. How long did we talk Wednesday? We didn't. Thursday. What happened Thursday? I called you 3 or 4 times. Thursday, yesterday morning. No answer. Because you were on the phone with your friends, ignoring me. Then when they did finally fucking call me, not only their friends fucking called, you hung up on me to talk to them.
First of all, it was
we talked for what? Fucking 10, 15 minutes.
First of all, when I got off the phone earlier, that was an important call that I had to take. That's thing one.
You had time where you could have called me back. You never did.
When? Because you know I had
You had your important phone call. You said you were going to call me back. Never did. You had time where you could have called me back.
No, because after...
You didn't want to make time for me.
No, because after that I went to the doctor.
Yeah, but after I got out of class, it was time where you could have called me then.
What time did you get out of class?
3.
Okay, and I did call you back. We talked after you got out. We talked after you. We talked after.
We didn't.
Lauren, you are a liar. We talked after you got out of class, and we talked until Bro got home.
No, you didn't call me. I'm talking about out of therapy. That's right. I got out of therapy
after you got
at 3 o'clock.
After you got out of therapy, we talked on the phone until
No,
Bro.
we didn't. We talked. No, we. Oh, yeah.
Lauren, you're.
Yeah, we talked for what, 10 minutes?
Lauren, if you're gonna lie, could you at least keep them straight?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to remember.
Well, obviously you don't remember
It's
because.
all a matter of lying.
Okay, we talked on the phone twice today.
Yeah, once for 20 minutes, once for 10 minutes.
Okay, well you're.
I used to give Lorne shit for this. He always, whenever he's got shit to do, it's kind of I don't know, he doesn't care if you call or text or whatever, if he's got class, yada yada this, but if he's got nothing else on his plate and nothing to do, then it's always the catfish's responsibility to entertain him. I used to give him shit for that all the time, but he one-upped it, and he actually let Emma listen in on one of the sacred, I don't know, sex offender anonymous meetings or whatever. He got caught doing it. Fucking idiot. So now I can't talk shit to him about, making sure the catfishes are always living their lives around him, because he invited them into a place where nobody else is supposed to go. This guy's a fucking moron. God, Lorne.
You're the same
All the other
person.
time for all your other friends.
Okay, you're the same person who said a little bit of time every day is fine. Okay, so that was a little bit of time, and it wasn't good enough for you.
Because you're making it out like it's a fucking chore. Spend time with me now.
I'm not making
It
it out like
is.
it's a chore. I'm making it out like I have a lot of stuff going on and that I have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, you're relaxing, you're talking to your friends on the phone, and not talking to me.
Lorne,
I'm about to texting.
Lorne,
I'm tired of fucking texting all the time with you. I want you on the phone some.
He wants you on the phone. So I swear to God, the more that the catfish sagas just roll out, the fact that he actually invites them into these places that, you know, nobody should be in his business in some of these scenarios that he invites these people into and he's giving his fucking social security number out and all this stuff. Like, he has no boundaries, and so he just kind of projects that onto others, where like at any given time you're supposed to be thinking of him and about him and wanting to be with him and sharing with him. He feels like if that's how he feels about you, that's how you should feel about him. And if you have a life outside of him, it's an affront to his existence. He's a giant pussy and so insecure, but also just has, I don't know, zero idea on what just socially acceptable boundaries are for even personal space or just privacy. He's weird about that shit. He's super weird about that. Very particular too.
okay, I was on the phone.
Like, don't fucking research me, but talk to me all day on the fucking phone. And I don't know. He's so strange the way he shifts and moves the goalposts all the time when it comes to that.
I told you before, I'm not going to have a texting relationship. I told you that before.
Lord, I was on the phone with you, in your words, for 30 minutes yesterday. You said a little bit of time. Okay, that is a little bit of time.
Yeah, but my problem is we've got shit that we need to talk about. When it takes longer than 30 minutes, it's kind of hard to talk about this shit. I'm not going to sit here and text it all over, and it's not something that should be texted out.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what we're going to be calling Ember about.
I know.
And anything else that's going on in our lives.
Okay, well, can you see how I interrupted my sleep to get up to talk to you about this and to talk to her about this? So
Yeah, because why the hell couldn't she do it at a better time than days and 3 o'clock in the morning?
look, I don't know what her schedule is, okay?
I'm going to ask her.
But
I don't understand the reason for fucking 3 o'clock in the morning.
Lord, the woman is offering you $5,000-$10,000 to jerk off into a cup. You know, I think, and the fact that she's probably gonna have to fly there with her girlfriend. I think the least you could do is hear her out at her time. You know, she has a 3-hour delay.
Yeah, but $5,000-$10,000. That's not a hard decision for her to make. This decision that we have to make is a lot bigger than $5,000-$10,000.
Okay, but Lauren, when else will you see that clump of money at one time?
We get a septic job.
And when will that be?
As soon as I get it going, I haven't had a chance to work on it. I'm just moving out of Canaan. Getting my shit out of Canaan.
Okay, well,
I'm getting this shit straight out. Then getting friggin' piece of property to move this shit.
This is guaranteed money for you. But I'll tell you, I don't appreciate you being controlling like this.
I'm not being controlling.
You are being controlling.
I'm telling you that I'm tired of not being able to have you happy at all.
Lauren, if I talked to you on the phone for 30 minutes every day, that would not be enough for you. If I talked to you on the phone for 2 hours a day, that would not be enough for you.
30 minutes a day is better than nothing a day, which
Well,
is what I've been getting.
Well, you got 30 minutes yesterday, and you're still complaining.
Because we have a lot of shit to talk about.
Okay, well, you got 30 minutes yesterday, and you're still complaining.
Because we have a lot of shit to talk about.
Okay, so when you say 30 minutes a day is better than nothing, but then you still complain about 30 minutes a day, and you make excuses for you complaining about 30 minutes a day, it shows that you don't appreciate the time that we do spend.
Well, I do, and that's the problem, is that you're not even putting an effort to talk to me for 30 minutes. But
really?
you are putting the effort in for your friends. And it's like, where the fuck do I fit in?
Lord, how can you say that I'm not putting in an effort to talk to you for 30 minutes when just yesterday I talked to you on the phone for 30 minutes?
Yeah, it was about the day before yesterday.
What about
I'm not going to mention Tuesday because I was supposed to go on.
Okay, but
before that...
But even still...
before that, it wasn't any 30 minutes.
Okay,
day,
okay. Lauren, I talked to you on Monday going into Tuesday for 6, almost 7 hours. If you divide that up 30 minutes a day,
Sorry.
As I was saying, if you divide that up 30 minutes a day, that's 7 days. I'm sorry, that's 14 days.
Are you kidding me? Why on earth would you say that? Because we used to spend 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 hours a day with each other.
Lauren, I cannot commit to that kind of stuff right now. I have other things going.
I know that.
Okay, so...
I know that, and I understand that. But
you don't understand that. You don't understand that.
I do understand that.
You don't understand.
What irritates me is when you're cutting my phone calls off, then we get on the phone, and a friend of yours calls, you cut me off again just to talk to them.
Lauren.
When you can talk to them anytime, too.
First of all, you don't even know who I cut you off for, okay? I told you I had an important call. Second of all, you are being possessive and controlling.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you I'm upset because I'm not able to spend a little bit of time with you every day.
Lauren, you say a little bit of time, but when I spend 30 minutes on the phone with you, you still complain about that.
Yeah, because I'm bitching about not having time with you.
Okay, so you're gonna bitch no matter what unless you get hours and hours a day on the phone with me.
You still never explained or told me about the doctor being over all the time.
Okay, Lauren, come on, cut it out with that. First of all, the fact of the matter is, you are jealous, possessive, and controlling. And you asked me like 4 times today what time I went to bed.
Yeah, because you got me wondering what the is that the reason you're not calling me?
Yeah, because if somebody's not calling you, they must be screwing.
Notice how he says, you got me wondering. Pinning the responsibility on the opposite party, not my wild fucknut imagination got out of control. And so I conjured up these crazy scenarios in which you might be participating in. Now, wasn't that you are the one that made me feel this way? This is how he pins his emotional security on other people. And everybody in the community has said it 1,000 times. If Lorne was smart and attractive, he would be an extremely dangerous individual. An extremely dangerous individual, but because he's ugly and fucking stupid, like, we get to do this, which is awesome.
Like, really?
You don't pay attention to me like you used to pay attention to me all the time.
Oh, God.
Lauren, you are not the center of the universe. The Earth, the Moon, the Sun, the galaxy, the solar system does not revolve around you.
No, but you make me feel like I'm not even part of your universe.
Lorne, you are being very selfish. I mean, like, seriously, I talked to you, and, you know, like you said, I talked to you for 30 minutes today. It still wasn't enough. I talked to you for almost 7 hours on Monday. That wasn't enough. I text you.
Let's get Monday straight. How many hours of that was with Ember on the phone?
Who cares? So a couple of it was, maybe like 2 hours of it was. Okay, so that means you got 4.5 hours of me just by myself talking to you.
It doesn't seem like we had that long.
Yeah, Lorne, because it doesn't seem like it's that long unless I do that every day.
I'm trying to give you a hint. I miss you.
He does this shit all the time. This whole expecting some sort of like recompense and the biggest thing for me that I take away from, and he does this with not only Ramona, but he does it with Winnie, he does it with Debbie, is he loses track of time. And since he doesn't keep up with the actual meeting minutes, he goes off of his emotions and feelings. So if you talk to him for 6 hours, but to him it feels like 20 minutes, he's about to hold that against you, and he gets hostile because he will hold it against you. And so Ramona, I think she might even do it in this call, but she's done it in others, where she'll bring up the actual call log and say, oh, you said we talked on the phone for only 20 minutes. It was actually 55 minutes or 75 minutes. And he'll go, well, I fucking didn't feel that way, and I just fucking love you. He gets so lost in the sauce, and he gets so wrapped up, and they're not even talking about anything other than him just spieling and trying to disparage them, or make it seem as if there's some sort of like there needs to be a confrontation about their actions, when it's really just all based on this, like, I don't know, shitty timekeeping that he has. He'll spend 40 minutes talking about how you only talked to him for 20 minutes the other day, and you spend 75 minutes doing that. Like, he does this all the time. It's fucking crazy. And he like never gets out of this habit for like, I don't know what, 10 years of doing this with these catfish. It's wild.
First of all, Lorne, you're not giving me a hint. You're just nagging at me and fussing at me.
Yeah, because they keep getting cut off when I call you. When we do finally get you, we get cut off by one of your friends.
Again, you have no idea who I clicked over for earlier. You are unbelievably selfish.
Why do you keep not answering me about the doctor?
What does the doctor have to do with anything?
Yes, I was fine with him before, but
you were not fine with him before. You'd mentioned him.
I started getting fine with him.
You've never been
no time with you again.
You've never been fine with him. You've never been fine.
I started when you told me that you had no interest in him. I started being fine with him.
Lauren, you did not. You just were drinking less at the time and only making jokes about him, but not demanding answers about him. Lauren, for real, you're freaking out about the doctor.
You know what I'm saying? I don't miss you. I'm not going to say that because I do.
No, Lauren, it's not a point of missing me. It's a point of you being controlling and possessive. It's a point.
I I try to not be that way.
No, you don't, because you're that way.
I try to
What's up, Octopushy? 69. Okay, man.
not be that way.
And what steps
Like
have you
when I
taken?
put an effort in, it's like you forget all about me.
Okay, and what steps have you taken not to be controlling and possessive? Name one.
I don't make any sarcastic comments like I do, like I used to.
Okay, so it's
Until I get irritated.
okay. So
Because you don't want to spend time with me.
okay, so as I was going to say, it's 3:34, and at 3:39, or I'm sorry, at 3:19, which was less than 20 minutes ago, you messaged me about a 20-minute snack because I hadn't called you.
Like I said, until I get irritated.
Okay, so Lorne, you can't say that. You can't say, well, I stopped doing X, Y, and Z until you make me do it. That's like saying, well, I stopped beating my wife until she makes me mad. That completely blows any argument that you have out of the water.
This is Lorne's alibi all the time. He's always acquitted and absolved of any crime or whatever sin that he committed 1 second ago does not hold any water to who he is now 1 second later. He is just constantly shedding his skin, and I fucking hate how he uses this shit all the time. And he's doing it right here.
So as I was going to say, you're still sarcastic.
He's not. He's being serious. He's not sarcastic at all.
Oh, my imperfection.
Lorne, it's not about imperfections. It's about character flaws, okay?
Yeah.
An imperfection would be someone who does a crappy job of...
An imperfection would be your lopsided ears, your flat head, your fucked up teeth, your crooked nose, your wonky Appalachian eyes, and your bitch tits. Those are imperfections.
mopping the floor. Or an imperfection would be someone who is a horrible cook. Or someone who legitimately forgets things that they want to do. That's an imperfection. A character flaw is being controlling. A character flaw is being selfish. A character flaw is being possessive. Those are not imperfections. Those are character flaws.
That's Lorne's TV. That's that loud.
Lorne, I never said I didn't enjoy spending time with you on the phone. I talked to you the other day for 6 hours.
It's so loud.
Well, Lorne, that's...
I understand you can't spend the whole day on the phone. Too many hours on the phone right now. Yeah, I understand that.
Oh, you don't act like you understand it.
I understand that, but I like to have some time with you on the phone every day. I don't understand why you don't like it.
Lorne, I never said I didn't like to. These are things that these are conclusions that you have come to.
Tell me you relax and you spend a couple hours on the spend time on the phone with some friends and no room for the boyfriend on the phone during the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it makes me think that.
So because I relaxed today and I talked to a couple of friends on the phone.
You know what, Octopus, you do make a really good point. He's also said the complete opposite, that he doesn't mind spending, his time alone, that he doesn't feed or like just sit there and soak in his own loneliness, that he doesn't need anybody to, I don't know, relieve him of that lonely tension. But yet you're exactly right. He did say to Winnie on multiple occasions that he keeps fucking TVs on like every single room so that he doesn't feel lonely. Which is crazy because every time he's got like somebody like Roy or anybody over that could, you know, keep him company, the way he treats people, I mean, just objectively as a human, it is so off-putting. And he wonders why he's, I don't know, just terminally lonely and needs the confirmation from all these fucking catfish. Yeah, I know, you're exactly right. He does say that a lot.
That entices you to throw the fit that you've thrown all day.
It is
Okay,
fucking
like
pathetic.
Because I relaxed today and talked to a couple friends on the phone today, that entitles you.
And also, I mean, all right, maybe this is a little bit later on, but either way, he also does try to, I don't know, hijack company too. Like the girl that came over that he was, I guess, supposed to, I don't know, host or whatever. And he was like, you can stay out in the fucking barn or the chicken shed or whatever, I don't know, ramshackle abode that he built for this chick, and she straight up told him like, yo, I would just rather be homeless than stay in that. And then he got on the phone and was pissed about it. He was like, yeah, she didn't fucking want to stay there, so fuck her. You remember that? Like, that's how terrible Lorne is. And I don't know, he really just, he tries to play God and the dungeon master of all this shit, but he's such a despicable individual and nobody can stand him that, you know, he's fucked up. He's so terrible to so many people that could, you know, genuinely be in his social circle, as retarded as it would be. It's fucking crazy.
To throw this fit?
No, I'm definitely not new in the Lorne game, man.
So, when it comes to today, the shit that we have to talk about.
Oh, what's up, Brad?
That we need to talk about before talk to her. Yeah, you don't think about it because
Lorne,
we're making a big decision.
Lorne, I talked to you on the phone today for 30 minutes and you didn't even mention this until I mentioned it.
Because I figured I'd have you for longer than 30 minutes. Except
Lorne,
the first time I was like 20 minutes.
Lorne, if this is
That's
so...
when I figured I'd have you longer. And next time I knew I was only have you 10, so we didn't have time to talk about everything.
Lorne, if this is so important, which I'm not discounting the importance of it, but if this is so important to you, then why on earth would you not, would I have had to be the one to mention it? And then you forgot that you forgot that you even said anything to me when I said, oh, I'll give you, you know, when I told you about the hints that you gave me, you forgot that you had even said. So I mean, so this thing is.
I forgot that I gave you the hint.
So like I was.
But I knew I needed to talk to you about it.
Okay, first of all, I'm going through my phones, through my phone messages, and...
Oh, right. I don't want to hear how much crap I've mentioned already and how forgetful I am. I already know how forgetful I am about things.
Oh, okay. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. My bad. I'm sorry. I really apologize because you can't hear about you. Nobody can say anything about your imperfections,
yes,
but
exactly.
You can just go on all night about mine. I forgot.
Exactly.
It's all about you.
No.
My bad. It's all...
I'm irritated enough about me forgetting shit.
I know. And
I said before, it bothers me.
And I forgot that
It bothers me that I forget shit because Uncle Lorne had dementia and Uncle Clake's starting to forget shit.
I know, I know, and it's like, it's my fault because I didn't realize how important, as I was saying, I didn't.
By the way, he failed that polygraph test when they asked him, "Did you jerk off to that girl singing the national anthem?" He said no. And the lie detector test, it determined that was a lie. Straight up. He's fucking pervert. Oh, gotta love it.
Realize how important you are and that you are the king of the world and that everyone should bow down to you, because if you want something, you must have it immediately.
Just didn't want to remind it of I already know.
I'm sorry? Say again?
I just didn't want to be reminded about the tip of my hand. I already know.
Oh no, it's Lorne, it's not about reminding you about how forgetful you are as much as it's about reminding you of the things that you actually said. Because if I use that on you, well, I forgot to call you. I just forgot. That wouldn't fly with you.
I wouldn't forget to call you.
Where did I say that you would forget to call me? I was using an example if I forgot to call you. And that's why, again, I say you're jealous and possessive and controlling.
I don't mean to be either.
Well, Lauren, I mean, meaning to be and being are two different things. I mean, you know, you could go out and say verbally abusive things to your mom, and
This has got 34 minutes left. I think after this phone call, we're going to get into the, the therapist calls and then get out of this Ramona dump. There's a lot of just static and fucking just weird shit in this folder. I'm kind of sick of exploring it. So, bear with me here. We're going to get to the thick of it here pretty quick.
then when she calls you out on it, you can say, well, I don't mean to be. I mean, that doesn't, just because you say that you don't mean to be something or some way, doesn't mean that that's not exactly how you are being.
I don't say verbally. No.
I didn't say you did. I was giving you an example, an analogy, a parallel, something to compare. But I don't think that for any 46-year-old man who relies on his mom for things, I don't think it's a flattering thing to make the statement that you don't say verbally abusive things to your mom. It should just be implied.
That was kind of a punch in the face, wasn't it?
I don't see how.
Yeah, a 46-year-old man that relies on things for his mom.
Okay, but you're saying that you don't say verbally abusive things to your mom, like you should be given a chocolate chip cookie because you don't abuse your 77-year-old mother.
Don't abuse my 77-year-old mother. Not 77, she's 76.
Okay, even if she was 60, but Lauren, to say that is...
We've talked about this before. Lorne has such a fixation on age.
Why do you fucking talk about my 76-year-old and 10-month, 2-week, 3-day-old mother all the time?
I don't understand why he's just such a Rain Man when it comes to the age of his mom and just elderly people in general. But he has no... He doesn't care if you're like 14 or something, you know. It's just only if you're old. If you're young, like way underage, he just got no care in the world. It's only if you're old. Like, I don't understand that. I just, man, that's one Lornography question I would love to just ask him straight up. I said, at what age do you start counting the weeks and days, and why don't you care if she's like fucking 12, Lorne?
Not like, that's not a flattering statement. It should be implied. No one should ever have to wonder in their lifetime if any guy abuses his mom. It should just...
No, they shouldn't.
Okay, so to say that statement, it should just go without saying. It shouldn't be something that you have to declare.
I'm not the one that even stated that I abused my 77-year-old mom.
Lorne.
Here he
I
goes
didn't say
again.
that you abused her. I used an example. I used an analogy. That's what I did. I didn't say, Lorne, you abuse your 77-year-old mother. I used an analogy to make a comparison to the point that I was making. It's a comparison.
You relying on mom? For years, mom relied on me for vehicles and stuff.
Say again?
For years, mom relied on me for vehicles and stuff.
Your mom relied on you for vehicles, you said?
Yeah, I used to buy mom vehicles. Me and Richard went into the half and on buying mom vehicles. Years. Not only that, we throw money at her. I throw money at her now. I try to make sure her car has gas in it so she doesn't have to buy gas.
That's bullshit.
Do whatever I can for mom.
That's bullshit.
No, I rely on...
How many times has Mama Gwen refused to say I love you to Lorne before hanging up the fucking phone? She doesn't even give him a salutation. She just fucking straight up says, you're stupid. And then hangs it up. Like,
on mom, yeah. I had a time where I had to rely on mom because I had to pay for my unemployment.
Okay.
We're there for each other. All of us. All. Me and Richard and Roy, mom.
I'm kind of inclined to say that the fact that she has been there for you, that, you know, it's kind of like, okay, so what, she relied on you for vehicles? I mean, it's like...
that's so bullshit. And there was the Debbie call where she called him out on that. And he was like, yeah, it's fucking Mother's... Oh, yeah, it was the Mother's Day thing where he thought somebody was fucking... Oh, maybe it was Jamie. I don't fucking know. But either way, they were like, why don't you go see your mom on Mother's Day? And he was like, I was over there for a fucking hour and this shit ruined my day, thinking like his catfish girlfriend was getting boned by another dude. And he was like, yeah, I don't gotta go over to her house to see her. And they were like, oh, where do you see her at? And he was like, I just fucking like, I don't gotta go there to see her. I see her around. Like, where at? Like McDonald's, Walmart. She's in her scooter or something. He was like, you don't fucking gotta know. He got so pissed off because of course he doesn't go visit his mom. And he doesn't see her anywhere because she stays in the house.
Like, I don't know, that's just odd. But I mean, you know what, she needed you, and
why is that odd?
It's odd for you to say that. It's not odd for her to rely on you. It's just strange.
It's not odd for me to say it. It's just me saying that we've been there for each other.
Because I had said you being 46 and relying on your mom for things, and I'm not getting on your case about this.
Sorry, this is the last time I'm gonna interrupt, but yes, no, you're right, Octopushy. Throughout these phone calls and sagas, he's always indebted to both his mom and Betty. He never pays them back. That's true.
You know, I did warn you in the sense that I tried to talk to you about smart financial decisions, and I told you that I told you a couple months ago that you should probably work to getting away from being reliant on her, because at her age, even though it's unlikely that she'll drop dead tomorrow, she is approaching the average age that people live to. And, you know, if she did, then you'd be up shit's creek in several ways. So I did say that, but I wasn't getting on your case about you relying on her. I mean,
and I took your advice on what to do. I am taking that. I'm involved.
well, I don't know.
I'm taking yours and Mom's advice on what to do. I'm claiming bankruptcy.
Lauren, you have no other choice but to claim bankruptcy. Like, I mean, that was like
I still have a choice. I could still try to pay my bills and all that. The problem is I just don't have enough money to do it.
Lauren, but you are more than.
Hurting me.
But
Trying to do it.
Lauren, you are you're more than $20,000 in debt probably, and that doesn't even count Betty. But I want to know, now that you are going to be filing bankruptcy, will you be starting to pay her again?
Betty, as soon as I can, I need to get on a piece of property first.
Fucking 10 years.
Because she probably really needs some money.
Probably really does.
Yeah, probably really does. You stole 30 grand.
Obviously, I can't do that.
Fucking
right
douche. Yeah, you send $6 a week.
On a piece of land. This thing moved. So it can be moved.
You're such a giant sack of shit. Just
I've been house. This stove guy still have to move this even if I tear it down. You have to move the frame.
Wait. Hold on. I just thought of something. In fact, your not unemployment. Your bankruptcy meeting is in 5 days.
Yeah.
Do you have everything together?
Yeah, all I need together is my bills.
God.
So them just 2-3 weeks ago. I was going to go with you, but never get a chance to.
Well, hold on a second. Let me ask you this. Like,
Don't you love how he marries his catfish into his financial woes and his emotional trauma and issues? Like, they're just supposed to pick up where he left off, or just has no competent ability to approach or navigate. He just expects these other people to just fucking do it for him and then hand him. This is why he does this shit to his counselors and it's sex offender class, and he treats these people like they're his personal, shrinks. Like, I don't understand if he's just like gaming the system type of thing, or if he's just that fucking retarded. I don't know if he's smarter than me or dumber than me yet.
I mean,
Did you fix your phone? Did you fix your phone for that asshole cat?
I will have a new one. I ordered a new one. No, don't give me your social or anything. But don't go over exactly what you owe or anything. But I ordered a new one yesterday, so.
When are you supposed to get that?
It should be here Monday.
How many catfish have Lorne's social now? Like 7 of them? 8 of them? They had his bank details for a long time, too. Fucking Christ.
Because it was Amazon, they said 4 to 5. Well, is it 4 to 5 days or is it 4 to 5 business days? Let me think. Hold on. It was yesterday, so. Yesterday meaning Thursday. Yesterday meaning Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know if it's going to travel on the week. Let's just say in a week at the latest. So let's just say a week from yesterday, which let's just say Wednesday at the latest. I'll have it. But no, without going through your bills and everything, am I right? Is it around 20,000?
Yeah.
Is it more or less?
A little bit more.
Maybe 25,000?
Oh,
Where's
When I
the,
say a little bit more, I mean very little bit more.
like 21 or 22?
Like, probably not even.
So, because it's around 20,
21.
21. Because, but what's, much of that, some of that's the truck, and the rest of it, I guess, is the loans.
Yeah.
And then there were some other things, like your store credit cards and stuff you had told me about.
Yeah. That is. And I was fine lesson.
You did what?
We let up teach me a fine lesson.
Wait. I can't hear you. You gotta talk louder.
I said, boy, did that ever teach me a fine lesson.
What's the lesson?
2 years, I still try staying up on all things.
Well, what lesson did you learn from all this?
And never let anybody get in my wallet again like I did with Nick. Never try to be nice to somebody financial. Unless I know the person. I need to know the person and make sure it's not a family member. Put them off. Don't flight. We've got Sharon, who's Logan's sister. I'm the only one that I can do that for.
My husband is so protective of his blank. I'm surprised he doesn't build a moat around it. Emery?
I'm going to go and say it's gun.
It takes me about 4 years.
What irritates you about Uncle Clay?
I'll tell you when you get into it. Make sure.
No, you already told me that he's. You already told me that he's.
TV is going hard as fuck.
And he's like, I don't know if you use the word money hungry.
I'll tell you what you can do for that way.
TV is going hard as fuck.
Be hacking into your phone.
Hopefully they won't. So I did some thinking about the baby. I was like, what? I was trying to think. Anyway, let me take a drink. I'm kind of thirsty.
Remember when he was talking all that mad shit about Uncle Clay wanting to get his back pay for Lorne not wanting to make rent? And I mean, obviously the trailer is just, it should have been condemned a long time ago, but Lorne tries to make it seem as if he's doing quote unquote repairs on the thing, and how he told off Uncle Clay. I forget which call that was, but he tried to spin it to where he's the one getting fucked over because he's put like $100,000 into this $10,000 trailer and somehow made it worth $5,000 or something. I can't be the only one that remembers this.
Now,
My friend's talking baby on the baby's finding yours.
okay, hold on, listen. I think that I'm guessing that.
Oh, the
I'm not gonna
mailbox,
guess anything,
yeah.
But I think that you should push for, and I'm going to give two options of reasonable things that I think could happen.
That's right.
$15,000 or $20,000 for this.
Fucking mailbox.
I agree. Yeah, I'm gonna say no less than 15,000. But you said that, the more I thought about it, it's a really big thing for me, and it's a really big thing for you too.
I think what you should push for, like I said, 15 or 20. I mean, you can think about that before I call her. So I think 15 or 20.
Dude, but you're right, Octopus. He's got this, I don't know, acre and a half of land, maybe even 2. And he got a perfectly fine trailer. Go back into the Google Maps or Google Earth, whatever the fuck it was. Before Lorne took it over, it was like a respectable place to live. I don't know. I mean, it's a humble abode. After Lorne took it over, I mean, year by year, this thing just falls into degeneracy, and it should have been condemned a long time ago. And every time Lorne's construction company works on something, it's like a demolition job. It just looks fucking worse. Like, if you want something demolished, just hire Lorne's construction. That's all you got to do.
And I think what should happen is she and her girlfriend, I mean, well, they're going to have to fly to Maine anyway. And it should be planned for a week. And one of the things that you're going to have to ask her, Eric, just ask her.
He really is just an indolent, ungrateful piece of shit. I just wanted to add that in there.
If her
Fuck that guy.
girlfriend is keeping track of her menstrual cycle, this is a question you have to ask, because she needs to know when she's going to be ovulating. And I'm thinking it's going to be a thing where they fly up to Maine. You guys get a hotel room or 2. I mean, I don't know if you're going to sleep in the same hotel room as them, but, get a...
No.
Okay.
I'll be sleeping at home.
Oh, you're going to be at home. Is there a decent hotel room by you?
Oh, yeah.
Because what I'm thinking is, if...
I don't know if it's Emma that's the one that wants to get pregnant, or if they want it to be her girlfriend to get pregnant. I don't know which one wants to get pregnant. All I know is it's my sperm the law.
Okay, well, let's assume that it is, well, I don't even know who I would guess. I mean, if it's her or her girlfriend, for some reason, for some reason, I just had a feeling that it was her girlfriend, but it could be Ember.
And I have a feeling about that.
Who do you think it is?
Yeah, I think it's Emma.
You do?
But another thing is, you have the right to ask any question that I asked it.
Well, here, okay.
You have just as much right to ask any question that I ask.
Well, you know what? I will ask questions, because I do have questions for.
I don't mind interrupting this boring call to say this. Octopushy, I think you're right. The fact that Emma and Dan, Ember, I actually don't even know if that's their real names. Whatever the fuck their real names are, it's probably obviously not Emma or Dan. Anyway, the fact that they actually flew up there, they flew into Bangor, Maine, and then drove to this fucking shit shack and stayed in there. But we did get some good content out of it. But I mean, they made the glorious leap. They climbed K2 to do that for us. Like, I don't imagine Lorne would hurt people that came over. I don't foresee him doing that. What I do foresee him doing is, if you're in a relationship with him, he will trap you and I mean, probably commit some unjustifiable offenses. But I mean, even still, like, the fact that you can see in the background of those videos and those pictures just how dilapidated that his homestead is, and he's like, inviting people over. He takes no pride in his own space, and he doesn't do anything to improve it. It just, I don't know what kind of person you're dealing with that is okay with somebody stepping into those kind of confines. Like, if I've got, you know, some dishes in the sink and some shit on my counter, like, I'm fucking not okay with that. But he's got his whole house falling down, and he's like, can y'all come from California to Maine to see me? I really don't have an explanation for it. I don't know how you can just be that person and just, either you're just delusional or you just have no self-awareness. I don't know what the diagnosis would be, but I could never fucking ever invite somebody into my house if it looked even a quarter of what Lorne's house looks like. And his poor fucking dogs live in it too. Yeah, it's gross. Isn't it gross?
Her. But my thing is that I think, you know what, I think they should put you up in a hotel. I really do. It should be made to be.
No.
Why?
Because I have Roscoe Sadie here.
True. Okay, never mind.
I want to be home with them.
Okay, true. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so they're gonna, okay, yeah, so they're gonna have to come, and can they stay at your house?
No.
Okay.
Not unless you're on the phone with me the whole time.
I am not gonna be on the phone with you that whole time.
Oh, and I'll stay in my house.
Is this a sex offender, like, plan thing, or is this, like, just your preference?
Huh?
Is this a sex offender plan thing that, like, that you were telling me about, or is this just your preference that you don't want them there?
My preference that I don't want them here.
Stumble.
All right. Well, let's give her a call. Hang on a second. I'm gonna give her a call.
You remember, you have just as much right to ask any question that I think I should ask.
He did want Jamie to come there.
Or no.
Yeah, he would. And Debbie made a point of that too later on in future sagas. Before that even happened, she made the point to say that it would not surprise her if he did some shit like that, because she was pointing out that that's not abuse. I forget the point that she was strictly making, but the fact that it is domestic abuse and domestic violence. If you don't have to hit somebody, but guarding the exit is just as much physical violence and physical abuse as, you know, hitting someone. Preventing their way to leave a certain situation is just as much spousal abuse, or whatever the hell you want to call it, as striking someone. And you're right, Lorne did admit that if it came down to it, he would do that. And so that's how you know. That's how you know. In heart of hearts, I don't know what Trashley's going through right now, but it's probably not good. I wouldn't trust Lorne with the most disgusting, forlorn piece of property that I have. I could give him a fucking old cum sock from high school, and I would be like, dude, if you mistreat this thing, I just wouldn't do it. I'm getting off topic here, but I understand, yes, exactly what you guys are saying in chat right now.
I don't want to. You still hear me?
I got way off there. My bad. I've had a few fucking drinks. Had some weak coffee.
Got too arrogant.
Hello?
Hello?
Fucking
Ember?
stumbling on my words.
Hi. Yeah, good evening. This is Ember.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that it's so late. I had to see my friend tonight.
Yeah, I told you 3, and You just messaged me a couple minutes ago. I'm like, yeah, she's running really late.
I'm sorry. My friend's band was playing tonight, and I'm trying to be supportive, and I wanted to help them load everything up, but
That's
I'm
cool.
the only sober one out of all of them, so they kind of counted on me. So my apologies. How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good. I'm like surprised that Lauren's going to be a father.
Oh, I can't wait. I know Lorne would be a great father.
What the fuck?
He's so patient and sweet.
That's so gross. Oh, it's so gross.
Oh, here! I didn't know he was on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just heard a male voice. I was like, oh my goodness, who's that sexy voice?
I'm patient. That's somebody that's never said that.
I don't know if they knew it then, but like encouraging this asshole, it's fucking disgusting. Knowing what we know about him now, encouraging him to be a father or even a father figure is so fucking gross and disgusting and irresponsible.
Before I'm patient.
Oh, why? Do you fancy yourself impatient, Lauren? I think you're very patient.
I think I ain't. I think I try to be patient. But
Good job.
I'm not perfect by any means.
Well, nobody's
Yeah,
perfect,
sure.
Lauren, but you're pretty close.
Yeah, right.
Let's just talk about just about physical appearance then. I'm sure Ramona would have nothing bad to say about how you look. 'Cause you're just great.
Do you, Ramona?
I have nothing bad to say.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You can say whatever. Go ahead.
I've never been a part of something like this, so I don't know what questions to ask.
Oh, well, I've already visited a reproductive rights attorney, and he advised me that there would be some specific questions that would need to be answered, such as visitation, who is the person planning to be impregnated, and then, citing rights away or visitation rights, things like that. The method. I would really like to be the one to carry the baby. I don't know how Lauren feels like about that, but I would love to see. I would just love to be able to carry Lauren's child.
It's not a matter of how I feel about it. It's a matter of how Ramona feels about it.
Oh, I didn't know it was that serious. Okay. Ideally, save money. I'm thinking that we would be able to go to Maine and get maybe a suite at the Holiday Inn.
Oh, God.
And do it that way. I know when I'm ovulating, I've already been in contact with a gynecologist
So gross.
and an obstetrician who's, they've been able to let me know which days I'd be most fertile.
So gross.
They said while artificial insemination is reliable, that there's nothing like nature. So it was his recommendation, Dr. Kress, that, Lauren penetrate and ejaculate inside of me during the second day of my ovulation.
In other words, that we have sex.
Well, of course, Ramona would be there, and you wouldn't even have to look at me. I'll take a picture of Ramona and print out a mask and wear it, if that'll help you.
But see, that's an issue for me. I'd rather do artificial insemination because to me that is cheating on Ramona, and I won't do that.
But it's not cheating if there's no deception, and if Ramona is on board, and even there to make sure that you only incur the minimal amount of pleasure necessary. I think that it would be something that you could both live with later on.
So that's not something I can do.
Bullshit.
That might not be cheating. To me, that's
He would
something I have to live
love
with.
that.
Well, you know, if you need Viagra, that's something he said he'd provide too. So if you're not able to, we can certainly give you a boost in that department.
Viagra is not even an issue with me.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Amber.
So I definitely don't need that.
Okay, Amber. Okay.
All right. First of all, stop hating on Wheel of Fortune in the background. It's right before Little House on the Prairie for 6 hours on Turner Classic Movies. So shut your fucking mouth. How about that?
When I messaged you earlier about setting up a time to do this, you told me, what did you tell me about your girlfriend? You told me that she is rich.
Well, she's well off. She has a great job. I mean, she's a pediatrician, so she's able to take care of the financial part of it. But of course, I'm now in a different position. I'm employed, and I have.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, your girlfriend is rich, and you're talking about doing this through sex. You're gonna have to pay more than $10,000, even more than $15,000.
Well, I have to be sure that it's worth Lorne's time, and if I'm going to pay more, and if it's going to be sex, then I'm going to want more than just penetration.
Lorne's not even paying attention right now. He's fucking falling on the goddamn counter of his dilapidated trailer, watching Wheel of Fortune, guessing letters while they're talking about how he's gonna fuck Emma and so she can get a kid. He doesn't care.
I mean, I want my nipples sucked and kissed.
No.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
No.
Hey.
You know, straight no.
Hey.
I'm not doing that.
Well, I'll need foreplay in order to be properly lubricated. I need to ensure insemination. So if I'm going to pay for a hotel room and a flight and all of that, I will need, you know, maybe multiple attempts in one evening.
Hey, wait a second.
And I'll need foreplay because I'll need to be ready and lubricated.
But here's the thing about fertility that you guys have to understand, at least how I understand it. This is gonna be, I mean, regardless of whether you have sex or regardless of whether he jerks off in a cup, this is gonna have to be, because, like, okay, I'm looking at, for instance, my own period tracker that tracks, like, you know, ovulation and all that great stuff. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of the month that I'm fertile and one of the days that I ovulate. So I'm thinking you're going to have to book a week there, and you're going to have, you or your girlfriend is going to have sperm going inside of you twice a day to have a better shot at pregnancy. Because what I don't want is, I don't want you guys to come down and then you only get semen 1 or 2 times and you don't get pregnant.
Representing Dan?
The other thing that's going to have to happen is there's going to have to be a deposit, right? So you guys come down with a check in hand and you pay Lorne however much money, and then once you get pregnant, you send him the rest of the money.
That's how I saw it too. So I would send a deposit for Lorne to show up and to be able to provide the semen however many times that's agreed upon. And then when there is a pregnancy, of course, Lorne would get the rest of the money. And if Lorne wishes to be a part of the child's life, of course, it would be $1,000 a year payment for that participation. That's a good idea.
That's still something that me and your mom have to talk about too.
And Lauren, we can talk about this together. But here's the thing. I want to get all the details so that you know and so that I know, because
me and Ramona, this is a lot more than just money.
I see.
Because it's not. I want to be. The reason I'd be doing this would be for you and your girlfriend to be able to have a kid.
Right.
And I know you own your house, so you don't, and that's not a concern of the kid ever first lived. You had already told me that the house had been in your family for years before you.
Right.
What's been in her
So
family?
that's not a concern of mine.
I said, what's been in her family? I didn't hear that.
Her house has been in
her
family
house,
for
her
years.
house.
I remember that.
Okay, her house. Okay. I thought you said her health. I didn't know what you said.
Yeah, her health has been in her family too.
Okay, so she has, from what you're telling me and what it sounds like, she has everything situated.
Yeah, and I know she's a good mom.
When Lorne agreed to this, I don't believe that it's Lorne rubbing his knuckles and fingers together saying, I can get laid. I genuinely believe that Lorne thinks so highly of himself that him spreading his seed is some kind of conquest for him. And that he is saying, do you see, world? Whenever you turn your back towards me, now here I'm about to laugh at you. Somebody is going out in a relationship with another woman, a lesbian is gonna come out of the woodworks and spread her legs for me. Like that's how great I am. I genuinely feel like he is just sitting on a throne here, and it's not even about the sex at this point in time. It's literally just about him getting that kind of last laugh and having that superiority complex. I strictly will not argue another case. I totally feel like that's how Lorne is playing this right now, and that's why he's doing this whole, well, I don't want to be cheating on Ramona. I don't want to be. He doesn't care about any of that. It's not even about the nut right now. It's about him just having that satisfaction of people are seeking me out. Like I'm finally in power. I have the control here.
I don't have a worry. I don't know you.
Yes, Octopushy, exactly. He absolutely just, he dances in the rain when somebody needs something from him. And you see how he flops on the ground like a beached whale whenever he needs something from somebody else. You are exactly right. It's exactly what it's like. He cannot help but soak that up when somebody wants something from him, when he's got that power and he takes control of that shit. Like he's got some weird dynamics with how he views not only having information but just needing something from somebody else, and how he torts his power around, and just it's disgusting how he acts. It's so disgusting how he acts.
Girlfriend. So I can just take it.
Very sweet.
She's a pity.
My girlfriend's very sweet. Yeah, she loves children. Yes. The thing is that she's repulsed by penises and men. So I'm not really sure how that would work with insemination of her.
Ember?
But I mean, if you wanna give it a try, I mean, you know.
Ember, I just thought of something, and I think this is brilliant.
Sure.
I think this is brilliant. But if Lorne and I agree to do this, like I'm not doing it, but like, you know, him doing it, if we agree that he'll do this, like, I'm gonna make it like it's gonna be freaking financially insane.
I disagree here. I'm sorry to interrupt. We got 4 minutes on this call left, but I do agree that you're right, Octopushy. It is transactional, even though he doesn't have anything. The thing that Lorne doesn't have is... Here's what Lorne does. If he can get a lot of money, then he's the money man. And if he doesn't have money and you're expecting money, you're the money girl. So there's always this constant flux of what do I have and what don't I have. And if I don't have something that you're expecting or needing, then you're a leech. And he's going to talk down on you for that. But if he has something that you would potentially like maybe some land in Maine, then all of a sudden he's this purveyor. He's the king of the castle, and he's got something to lord over you. That's what is so psychotic about his relationships with people, and how fast that he can turn things on a dime, where things that shouldn't mean something one day all of a sudden are infinitely important the next. Things that he says he just doesn't believe in, he would not like to participate in, would just care less about, are all of a sudden the next day are the most important things. It's like it's not bipolar, it's like a borderline personality type of situation with him. It's very... Lorne's a person that you have to walk on eggshells with, and he's so much of an opportunist that he extorts his own brother for his own benefit and gain. The only person that truly loves him in his life, he throws Roy to the fucking wolves all the time to just try to convince these catfish that he's not the lowest totem on the pole.
Expensive. Like, you know, I'm gonna make the cost more, but I thought of something just now.
Okay.
If you... What's your girlfriend's name?
Stanley.
Stanley? Oh, God.
Well, Stanley's our name for her. She's not very feminine, and she doesn't like her real name, Stacy. So
Her real name is Stacy?
I mean, we kind of, yes, but we don't call her that, and she actually takes offense to that because she doesn't identify as a female.
That's really funny because you remember Clark's milk that I used to buy for?
Oh, yeah.
You told me about it.
My friends Tony and Wendy, they call the daughter of Clark's milk, they call her Henry.
Oh, my goodness. I'd like to see Henry.
It happens.
No, you wouldn't. It would scare you.
Androgyny to turn on for me.
It happens. It's just... Okay, I want you both to think about this and tell me what you think, because I just thought of it. That is funny. If you and Stanley,
Sorry, it is funny.
Okay, if you and Stanley get pregnant at the same time, you guys could essentially have twins. You guys could both have Lorne's baby. They'll be around the same age. I mean, literally, they could be born within days of each other. And you guys would, like the whole thing about the pregnancies, that would be over you know what I mean? Okay, like let's say, because if you, Ember, were to get pregnant and then you guys want another kid, well, you're gonna have to do it again, or it's not gonna be for another couple of years. Whereas now you can get that whole, you guys can just go in full on, get the pregnancies out of the way, pay Lorne way more than $15,000, and you guys would have two, pretty much twins almost.
That's true, but remember, unlike with fertility clinics, we're not doing an IQ test. We're not doing a sperm count. We're not doing a body mass index. I have my sights set on a Lorne Armstrong baby, whether it's a male or female. But if it's a female, of course, there'll be a bonus on top of that.
But you guys don't want twins?
Well, I would very much appreciate twins. In fact, there's a medication that I can take to ensure that I release more eggs during a certain ovulation period.
Okay.
And if we both are impregnated, and let's say I have twins and Stanley has a single child or whatever, of course, the second payment will be multiplied because the output would be so much more. We'd be able to have a larger family together. Lorne's sperm is very valuable, in my opinion. He's a perfect physical
Turn
specimen.
your fucking TV down, Lorne.
And whether it's male or female, I mean, those blue eyes with my hazel eyes together would make a beautiful color.
That will.
Hello. Hi. Are you nervous about?
All right, that's the end of that call. We're gonna move into the next call here. We're going to move into the therapist part of the RAMONAH calls. On demand answers. Oh shit, there's a whole part here. Anyway, I think I'm gonna extend the RAMONAH saga after we go into the therapist, because I'm pretty sure this is the follow-up to it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the follow-up to it. DAWMP is a fucking mess. Okay, this is RAMONAH and her therapist Sam, part 1, and we're running it. Here we go. This is a 59-minute call.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me, RAMONAH?
Yes, it's just me. I told him to call me back in 1 minute.
Before we do get into the thick of this, there's a few things that need to be made clear. Number one, Lorne's a narcissist. Free and clear. There's really nothing to argue against that point. Number two, Lorne is an opportunist. And number three, Lorne is a person that, I mean, heaven help him, he didn't grow up with a whole hell of a lot. And being the youngest of all his siblings, probably got the shit into the stick a lot of times. And he revealed to some catfish sometime later that he also got sexually abused by his older brothers. I can only speculate what went on with his stepdad and what he's seen. It's probably not a life any of us would ever pick or choose. So I have some affinity toward Lorne's suspiciousness and the way that he navigates some situations and how he approaches relationships, and having just, I don't know, that air of doubt when it comes to anybody. But at the same time, Lorne weaponizes people's perceived I don't know, inabilities, or I really don't know how I want to explain this, but Lorne is the person that doesn't stop the cycle, right? He perpetuates the cycle. He's the one that says, the world shit on me, so I get to shit on the world type of person. This is what I don't respect about him. So as we're gonna see in this this saga here, when it comes to Ramona and the therapist, you'll see how quickly Lorne can weaponize the injustices against him, just as quickly as he can weaponize the, I don't know, whatever situation comes his way, and anything that he can mount onto somebody else to just come out on top. He's got to be on top of the dog pile. He doesn't have really any cognitive skills when it comes to self-reflection or to understand how he might be wrong and how somebody might be right, and just to come to, I don't know, an agreement on some congruence of, hey, we both share some responsibility in this situation. It's always black or white, ebony and ivory with this guy. This also serves to be his downfall, and this is why he can't see through the catfish all the time, because they either are catfish or they're not catfish, and he's always betting on they're not catfish, not like they're just, you know, other people on the other side of the phone that may genuinely care about him at some point in time, and he let his fucking guard down and just admits that he's a fucking predator. Whatever, we're gonna get to that. Besides this fact, we're also going to dive into a little bit of I don't know, just kind of metaphysics when it comes to cognition, and how Lorne is supremely enabled to see somebody else's perspective. He is a narcissist to the fact, and to the extreme, that he really just does not understand how somebody else can have a differing opinion and see things differently than he does, and it's kind of disturbing. So thank God that he didn't really get a hold of a 14-year-old girl, because she would have just been traumatized, probably beyond repair. But anyway, we're gonna get there. This is Ramona and the Therapist, part 1. This is a 59-minute call, so we're gonna be here for a minute.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me, Ramona?
Yes, it's just me. I told him to call me back in 1 minute so that I could give you...
so we're not.
Yeah, because
we're
I'm
not on right now.
No, I want to start a new recording. Oh my God, you are so amazing.
Thank you. I was all right. I tried.
Are you calling me from Skype or something?
Yeah, Google Hangouts.
Oh, okay.
Ember had to go, so she told me to work out some other way.
So yeah, so we're so I'm gonna record, and then Ember, you know, I'm gonna send this to Ember. So I wanted us to start fresh with a new recording that didn't have the other stuff in it, so that she doesn't have to edit through all of it. Okay, so here he is. I'm gonna join him. And
okay, but we're not live streaming anymore.
We're not live streaming, but this is gonna be uploaded tomorrow.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, here she is. Okay, hey Lorne. Okay, so therapist just called me back, and we're on, the three of us. Again, so
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What were you saying, or what was I saying? Oh, so.
Well, to pick up where we left off, I think we were. I think I was more or less summarizing my my take on the situation, my diagnosis, as it were. And I know it's hard to hear. I'm sure it's hard to hear. I know it's this sort of thing is certainly never fun or easy, but I liken it to a medical procedure. They're rarely fun or easy, and painful and pleasant. and they consume your mental faculties and sap your strength. But sometimes difficult, unpleasant things need to be done, and difficult, unpleasant things have to be said and have to be heard. Obviously, I can't compel you to any action, but I think you know what my advice to you is now, having spent some time with Lorne and knowing what I know. And Lorne, I know that you don't appreciate that, or you don't agree with that, but
I really wish that I could tell you more. I refuse to do it over the phone because of things that have happened to me.
Well, that's your prerogative. That's your prerogative.
On the internet. I have a lot to deal with that.
That's your prerogative, but I have to proceed and act on the basis of what I do know. And there it is.
I had alluded to earlier, I think I'm like all worn out from crying, so I can talk about it now. The fact that everybody has been acting really crazy, obsessed, with me. My brother TJ flew in, and it's really been a difficult week dealing with them, and
difficult about it.
say again.
Difficult about it. What's made it difficult?
Oh, you sound a little staticky. Say that again.
What's been? You say it's been difficult with your brother there. I'd like to know if you feel like talking about it. What's been difficult about it? What's made it difficult?
It's difficult because there's so much attention on me, and everyone's freaking out. It's scary. It's new. It's not something that I'm used to.
Is your brother? Has your brother expressed concerns about this relationship similar to the ones your parents?
Oh yeah.
We did talk about your brother. Okay. We did talk briefly about that, but we didn't spend. Your mother had basically said what you're saying now, which is just that there are a whole lot of people that are concerned about you.
Yeah, you sound really staticky, though, I want to say.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of static.
I'm sorry, I had to go to the other side of my house because my wife is asleep now, so that's the reception may not be as good here. Is it any better? There may not be a whole lot I can do about the static. Is it tolerable, or is it pretty bad?
It's tolerable. Yeah, it's tolerable.
Okay. Lorne, is it okay for you?
Yeah, I can still hear you. I can still hear a little bit of static, but I can still hear you.
Okay.
Let me say that Ramona's used to all the attention and people freaking out on my end. She's not used to it being on her end.
Okay.
She dealt with it for months and heard my frustrations for months about people freaking out on my end. This is the first time she's ever had to deal with it from her end.
Well, I mean, my advice on a thing like this for you, Ramon, is it should tell you something. It should be
Hey, sorry, I had my my mic muted. I just wanted to say that I think Octopushy's on to something here. Is talking about his nameless nemesis, and I think that's something that Lorne does on a consistent basis. Is make some straw man arguments. He likes to push his own insecurities, projection, and what's the old Pokemon move from fucking Generation 1 when 1999 was hitting? Substitute, right? That's what Lorne does. Lorne likes to use substitute. He likes to. What gets me about Lorne, and the reason I'm so fascinated by him, is that he is so willing to let somebody else just flounder in their misery of accepting responsibility and making sure that he can dogpile on people, particularly Roy, his own family member. He can just make sure that you soak in that injustice and you're showered with it. And when it comes to him, he always has an excuse. He's always got a response. He's always got something that invalidates it, right? Like he will reject responsibility time and time and time again, and it's never his fault. That's the thing. That's why he falls for this shit all the time. It's because he just cannot fathom that he's wrong. He just can't fathom that he is wrong. That would have solved this shit like 19 years ago. Fucking idiot. He's stupid. God. Anyway, here we go.
It should get your attention when you have so many people in your life who care about you, who are all communicating the same concerns to you. You see what I'm saying? In other words, let's say that you have 9 people who say the sky is blue and one who says the sky is red. Which group is more likely to be right? And I think that if there's a pattern of concern among the people who care for you and who want what's best for you, that should tell you something. And especially if, when we're talking about relationships, emotions can do wonderful things, but they can also mislead us, and they can compel us to do things that aren't in our best interest. And sometimes a person in a relationship, if it's not a healthy relationship, doesn't see the forest for the trees, to use the expression. And it can be beneficial for a person in that situation to listen to those who are on the outside of that relationship if they're saying, hey, this is not a good situation for you. And it sounds like, let me ask you this, Ramona. Are there any people in your life who advocate the relationship you have with Lorne, which is to say, who are giving you as advice, no, this is a good relationship for you. You should nurture and cultivate this relationship and continue this relationship.
Lorne does.
Is there anybody who's...
Lorne does. Lorne advocates the relationship.
Well, besides, I'm talking about people who are in your real life, people who are close to you, your family, people who are present in your life, people that you have known before Lorne. Do you see what I'm saying? Family members, close friends, that sort of thing.
No. Everyone's freaking out.
Yeah, I mean, and that's.
So how long has anybody in your life known about me though?
That's a tricky question to ask or to answer, because when TJ was the first and when he started his thing, I don't know if he fully believed it.
Believed what? Believed that you had a relationship with Lorne?
Yeah. I don't know if TJ fully believed that. But
how long have people in my life known about our relationship?
well, hold on. So my parents got something last Friday or Saturday. So it's been about a week that they've known. So last Friday or Saturday, my parents received. It was really disgusting. I don't know if they told you, but it was a printout of his registered sex offender profile, a CD with 3 of our conversations with him calling me every name under the sun, and a note saying this is. I don't know if they. Oh yeah, okay. I don't know if they told you all the details. Yeah.
We reviewed those items. We did.
Did you hear the calls?
Oh yeah. We discussed it earlier.
Oh God.
Yeah. See, this is what when I was trying to explain to you earlier, Lorne. These are the elements of information I have to go on. These are the elements of information from which I am drawing my insight, and all I can do is operate based on that information.
Okay, I'll tell you one story.
Tell him, Lorne.
Probably already on the internet, so I don't mind telling you the story.
Okay.
It is the story of Amanda James. I lived in Washington State, and I had my nieces and nephews like 80% of the time. I talked to this girl for 2 years, and it took more time away from my nieces and nephews than it affected them. And 2 years I talked to this girl. She told me her name was Amanda James. She told me that her daughter was her niece. She said that her sister-in-law died from breast cancer. She said that she had custody of her niece because her brother was a druggie. What else she told me? She was all the same age as me. She was 30 years old. No, she was 2 years younger. She was 28 and I was 30. And I moved back to Maine. Well, she told me she was going to move out there to be with me, and after 2 years she didn't. And I never saw anybody or dated anybody in that whole time. And then I moved back to Maine so I could be closer to her because she lived in Pennsylvania.
Okay, so you knew her from the internet? You said you lived in Washington, so you met her on the internet?
Yeah, that was the first time I ever met anybody from the internet. Or met anybody, or dated anybody on the internet. And when I moved back to Maine, I still talked to her. I was talking to her, and my sister wanted to talk to her. I was talking to her on the phone. My sister wanted to talk to her. So she talked to her for a minute, and just as soon as she got off the phone, she pointed at the phone, and she whispered, "She's been lying to you." So after we got off the phone, I got to know her so well that I was able to hack into her email. When I hacked into her email, I found that she had been talking to another guy the whole time. She had slept with another guy the whole time. She had been making pictures of other guys in her email, and among other things. Yeah. And then I called her and confronted her with them. And she finally told me the truth. She told me her real name, told me that her niece was really her daughter. And basically everything she told me before for 2.5 years was a lie.
Okay.
Since then, I've had a problem with people on the internet.
Okay.
Me and Ramona didn't even meet on the internet.
How did you meet?
We met by phone.
Okay. How did you called her randomly? You were calling random numbers? How did that work? What do you mean you met by phone?
I didn't know that he didn't know that. No.
Well, she told me in general terms that you had. I mean, my understanding was that this was something that had its beginnings in some capacity on the internet.
Yeah, let's just say we met on the internet.
No, let's tell the truth. I saw his sex offender profile and I messaged him.
Well, that's different from what you told me the other day when we were in session. So I'm curious to know what it is about seeing a sex offender registry entry that would compel you to make contact with him. You thought he was attractive?
Yeah.
She thought I needed a friend, too.
Okay.
She
Now, Lorne,
was the perfect friend for me to have.
I want to ask you about this Amanda James situation that you conveyed to me, if you don't mind. I want to know what bearing that has on what we're talking about here. When you told me the story, it's a bad side. It's a shame that happened, that somebody liked you and so on and so forth. But what relevance does that have to what we've been discussing here?
Well, because before I met Ramona, there was a girl named Ember. And she was married, and we were just friends. And I took her as being, after talking to her for a while, I took her as my best friend. I actually called her my best friend.
I know a little bit about that situation. I want to know why you're telling me this. I want to know what relevance this has to the things that we've been discussing about Ramona.
Because it has to do with the way that I act when I get fucking, how I get paranoid.
Okay.
Because that's the whole reason I get paranoid is when something doesn't feel right.
Uh-huh.
Or I think I'm being played with or something like that.
Okay. Well, what bearing does that have on your fitness as a partner for her? I mean, you're just explaining. Okay, you had some negative experiences, and you tend to get paranoid. I mean, I understand that, but I'm trying to understand why you're discussing those things in the context of your relationship with Ramona. What does one thing have to do with the other?
Because I know my feelings for Ramona, and I get scared that I'm going to get hurt all over again.
Okay.
That's normal.
That's normal in a relationship. A lot of people struggle with that. What does that have to do with? Listen, Lorne, my concern here is your fitness as a partner for Ramona.
What's different with me and Ramona is that our conversations have been put on the internet. A normal relationship, the people that are obsessed are able to hack on the phones and stuff like that.
That doesn't that doesn't influence the dynamic of how you act toward her. It shouldn't, and if it does, in the sense that it compels you to be angry and abusive, I mean, all that does is buttress my point about how it's not healthy for her to be in this relationship, and it doesn't. And none of the things that you've told me have any bearing on the behavioral concerns I have about you regarding your sexual crime and your proclivities in that area, your proclivities toward alcohol abuse, your proclivities to express your anger inappropriately. These are all
that abusive stuff. That verbal abuse only happens when I'm drinking. That's why I quit drinking.
Well, but you have to start drinking in order to quit drinking. It's the starting drinking that concerns me. In other words, you don't get a medal because you stopped doing something you shouldn't have done in the first place. The concern remains: why did you do it in the first place? And if you're telling me that you had a DUI when you were much younger, and now you're talking about this abusive behavior that you stopped doing 2 weeks ago because you stopped drinking 2 weeks. I mean, I'm seeing long-term patterns of behavior here, in regard to the drinking and the abusive behavior. These are not small issues. These are certainly not issues that go away because you stopped drinking 2 weeks ago.
This is also coming from somebody that doesn't know me.
I know those things about you. Are those things true or not?
That's all you know, though.
What do I need to know? If you have a
things about me, just because you know those things about me doesn't mean that you know me.
Lorne, everybody in prison has a reason why they did what they did. You see what I'm getting at? Everybody in an AA meeting has a reason why they started drinking. The reason is irrelevant. The behavior is what I'm concerned with. Every man
Lorne's scared we're cheating.
For hitting his wife
I just saw that.
has some explanation for why she made him so mad that he just had to do it. I'm not concerned with your reason.
So
It's
good.
the behavior that I'm concerned with. The behavior is that
I've never hit a woman in my life, and I never will. I was raised by my mother.
I didn't accuse you of hitting a woman. I'm using that as an example. I'm trying to draw a parallel here. I'm trying to make a distinction between behavior and motivation. The motivation is irrelevant when my concern is the safety of my patient. The behavior is all I'm concerned with. You might have 100 excuses for drinking to excess, for abusive behavior, and they may all be valid excuses in your mind. But if the behavior continues to manifest itself, then the reasons for it don't matter. And I might add that some of the centerpiece issues that I have, the sexual stuff and the drinking, there's no excuse for those things. It doesn't matter what your reasons for doing those things were, you did them. And no reason is good enough. There's no justification for those things. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care how many Amanda James there were. I don't care how many Embers there were. It's irrelevant.
The matter is that what I did before was wrong, and I know it was wrong. And everything I've done wrong, I know everything I've done wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
I also know that I'm getting better.
Well, I can't make that evaluation. All I know is that there are patterns of behavior. Well, that's fine. That's between you and your therapist. My concern is Ramona's well-being, not your improvement as a person. And if there are patterns of behavior that are unhealthy, that are potentially dangerous for her, that's what I'm concerned with. And I have to make my evaluation on that basis.
Hold on one sec.
Alone. So it doesn't matter to me why you got a DUI. I mean, the immediate reason is the only thing that's of any significance to me. You got a DUI because you used bad judgment. You drank too much and you decided to drive a car, which is a terrible thing to do. Terrible judgment. Now, it happened a long time ago. But
that wasn't even the case. The case is I hadn't had a beer for hours. And I thought that I was sober. I didn't want my brother walking on the road drunk. I drove him home.
If you drank to such excess that hours later you were still drunk enough to get a DUI, not only does that indicate a serious lack of impulse control.
I was barely over the legal limit. This is what I'm saying. Just because I got a DUI, you automatically think I was actually drunk.
You say you were barely over the legal limit. I say the word barely doesn't matter. You were over the legal limit and you drove a car.
I didn't think that I was over the limit when I drove.
Well, that's bad judgment.
At that time.
You're not helping your case. If you say, well, I didn't think I was over the limit, all that tells me is that you not only have a drinking problem, but you don't have the ability to judge when you're too drunk to drive or not. That's a double whammy.
Oh, my God. The only thing that I'm hearing is you're trying to find every fault with me that you can.
Tell me where you see any flaws in that reasoning process, Lorne.
I'm not going to tell you anything anymore.
Of course you're not. You don't have anything to say. I've cut you here. All you can do is say, well, admitting. Yeah. I mean, that's the fact. Because if you had a rebuttal, you would have already used it. The fact that you're saying, well, you don't know, and you're just trying to find anything wrong with me, that's a cop-out. That's a victim mentality.
The fact of the matter is, I fell asleep. That's what happened. I fell asleep.
Well, that's even worse.
I fell asleep.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
This is even worse.
Oh, better? Oh, well, he only fell asleep. Oh, well, yeah, you hit that. You hit that station wagon and you killed that family, but you were only asleep, so let's go easy on you. Are you kidding me?
I don't need you to continuously try to make me out to be a bad person.
I'm not. I'm falling
making me out to be a bad person.
I don't have to make you out to be a bad person. The facts do that. All I'm doing is observing the facts.
The facts don't do that.
What are the facts? You're a good guy? Well, he fell asleep. That's a good guy right there. He fell asleep because he drank too much.
Right.
You got to be
Well, let's evaluate you.
No, because I'm not you. I'm human just like the rest of us. The difference between you and me is that I own my mistake.
I do, you know. I do make mistakes.
So you're saying that you're no worse than
I am. That's what I'm saying.
Well, then maybe I should date Ramona. I live a lot closer to her than you do. And I probably make more money.
Like that, wouldn't she?
Do you have, surely you see how foolish it is.
That tells you what kind of person you are. You're married and you're talking about dating my girlfriend.
Well, at least she's not 13.
That statement wasn't it?
At least she's not 13.
Guess I don't have anything to worry about, do I?
I don't know. That's probably
That's my last remark to say. That's my last remark to say. At least she's not 13. That's a real professional statement.
Calling it like I see it. I think it's the most professional thing I can do. So, do you have anything else to say on your behalf?
On my behalf?
Mm-hmm.
What else is there to say?
Well, if you've got something to say, say it. If you're just going to repeat yourself.
Ramona knows me. I don't care if you know me.
I don't care whether you care. I'm not.
Here's the point where I was talking about earlier. Lorne hates the confrontation where, well, not only he's a target of the confrontation, I suppose everybody would, right? But Lorne in particular takes incredible offense to some things like this, because when he's called out on the most minute offenses, he goes on the hyper defensive. And I think out of all of the sagas, the RAMONAH Cawls really highlight this in how, not only how deep his insecurities run, but also how unprepared he is to form his own defense. And when he's just, this is why he always does the whole call fucking Emma, call Emma. He always invokes the call Emma defense all the time, because he always has to have a saddle buddy there. Somebody always on the back of the fucking camel with him to make sure that he's not riding solo. And so when he's actually introduced to the other side of that, where it's Ramona and the therapist, and Ramona's on his side for the most part. He's not even, being overpowered with it, with the two votes versus one. He's just unable to sit back and take the criticism. And this is why he's in rape class still. It's a fucking 2-year class, and he's going on like 9 years of doing it. He's like, he should be the valedictorian, because he's done the book like 17 times, as he said. But this is where the crux of Lorne starts, and this is where like the thick of the shit happens. And I love this saga, dude. Lorne gets fucked up all the time for like 17 straight hours, and it's great. We're only 26 minutes in, so we got another 33 minutes on this part one. Here we go.
Here for your benefit.
I have nothing left to say to you.
Okay, and I'm going to talk to Ramona now. And I'll appreciate it if you can be quiet while I do so I don't have to argue with you and then repeat myself.
Well, he'll drop off. He'll drop off, and you can talk, as you like to say, candidly.
Okay. Before we do that, Ramona, I need to know if you're prepared to make a decision.
And, okay, yeah, it looks like he dropped off, so it's just us.
Lorne's not on the line any longer?
No, I don't think so. Hang on, let me see.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it looks like he dropped off.
Okay. Well, I'm sure this has been very difficult for you. I know that it's not easy to have to contend with these issues, but as long as Lorne's not on the line, I'd like to be perfectly candid with you, because I love that word. If I can, if you'll allow it. I mean, if you want to hear what I have to say.
Sure.
Just off the record, I mean, I just think you can do a lot better than him. I just think you can do so much better for him than him. I look at you and your situation. You're young. You're professional. You're a beautiful girl. Very attractive, and you come from a good family. You're a successful professional. You're outgoing. You're warm. You're a wonderful person, and I think that you need to take some time and see what it's like to have someone show you what a full relationship can look like. All of the purposes and benefits that go along with that, emotional and physical. And we talked about these. Your mom talked about a couple of friends that you have here. You have the surgeon and this store manager, and that these are young professionals, successful, and they're closer in age to you, and probably intellectually have more to offer you than Lorne would. And I would even say, I mean, if we're just speaking off the record here, someone like me, I could even, I mean, obviously, it would have to come after I've settled my affairs with your parents, and there's a medical release that is involved that discharges you and your family as my client and that sort of thing. But after something like that, I'd be willing to spend some time with you, professionally, of course, and just sort of show you what it's like to be with someone who's more in your league. And, go out to dinner, things like that, and be purely platonic, of course. Is that something you'd be interested in, maybe at some point?
Well, I know. I have a question. I have a question, and don't think that I'm I'm just asking it off the record because I heard that a lot of you therapists who I've heard a lot of you therapists do this, that you guys pretend to be married because it makes you look more skilled in what you do, but is that
Oh no! I don't do that. No.
Are you married or are you pretending to be?
No, I'm married, of course. 11 mostly wonderful years. It's not always perfect, I mean, we have our ups and downs as any couple does. I won't lie. There are times when I get frustrated with the situation and wish that I had a diversion myself. I miss the single life sometimes, but I think that's normal for anybody that's been married any length of time. I don't think that's material here, but no, I'm not. Ramona, you're my patient. I would never. I'm not trying to take advantage of you or put you in a compromising position or anything like that. What I offer is for your benefit.
Okay, because I was wondering if you guys do that because I have I wouldn't really call him a friend, but he's more of an acquaintance, and he's a therapist, and I shouldn't say he pretends to be married, but he tries to lead that on, that, he wears, well, I guess he does pretend to be married. He wears a ring, and he has pictures on his desk of him and his sister kind of obviously not kissing or like doing anything like that, but just having fun, kind of to lead you to believe that he's married because he's because he's a family therapist, and so he doesn't.
Oh, that's right. Well, no, that's not. That's a terrible violation of the solemn oath of the therapist, and I would never even dream of doing anything like that. I think it's different if, look, we're living in the modern age, and the dynamics of a married relationship are somewhat different in a lot of cases than they used to be. There are a lot of couples that are open about interests outside the marriage they may have, and if it's something that's agreed upon within the marriage, that I think is perfectly fine. And anyway, I don't mean to. I mean, I didn't mean to come on too strong. I hope I did not. I just would be doing it for your benefit. I mean, it's not to say I wouldn't enjoy myself too, but it's purely platonic, purely for to sort of get you on the right foot in terms of exploring the options that you have, right around you. And I think that would be good for you. It's just something to consider.
It's interesting. Like, I mean, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. My family and friends, this whole thing has kind of brought everybody together, and it's really odd how.
Well, I think it might be good for your family and friends to, see you spending time with a successful professional who had your best interest at the forefront of his intentions, and that could be good for them. It could sort of ease some of the friction from what this Lorne situation has done for the family dynamic, and kind of bring everybody back into a better place, a happier, more positive place mentally. You know what I mean? Maybe sort of modify some of the bad effects that unhealthy relationship had on those dynamics.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very happy that, like, my friends and family are coming together. I just don't like the reason and the way that it's happened. I mean, I'm not used to all this attention being on me, and with my parents showing up at random times, and with my friends showing up at random times, and with people calling each other and stuff like that, it's brought my family and friends closer, albeit I'm sure I'm going to hear a lot more about the surgeon and about the retail guy you referred to. He's my neighbor. I'm sure I'm going to hear a lot more about them in terms of, well, Ramona, these guys are perfect for you, but honestly, it's nothing I can't handle, but
my advice to you is that you're young and you're free and you're a beautiful girl. I mean, very attractive. You obviously have a keen fashion sense. You always look dynamite whenever I've seen you, and you have a confidence and an air of self possession that's very attractive. It's even sexy, I'd say, if you understand what I mean. And I mean, look, if I'm being perfectly honest, you're the kind of person that I would pursue if I weren't married, and maybe even if I was, under the right circumstances. Purely hypothetically speaking, of course. But I think you need to take these compliments to heart and understand that if I see you in that way, certainly others do as well, which means that you have a lot of options right around you, good, viable options. Look, I want to say something off the record. It's just between you and me, that I hope won't offend you. But this Lorne, he's kind of a loser, and I think he's a dead end. And who needs that?
I mean, we were
I just,
he and I were just talking. He's got a chance to make a lot of money.
what's a lot of money for him?
I don't know what a lot is for him, but I really, now that I think about it, I really don't know what
No, that's what I'm saying.
what he.
I mean, you have to put.
What do you consider to be a lot?
Well, I'll put it this way: it's August, and I've already cleared 6 figures 2 times over, and that's after taxes.
I'm jealous. I don't.
No.
I wish to be you.
But I'm saying, if you were with someone like me, then you could partake in that success as well. Doesn't that sound good? Don't you want something like that for yourself?
I mean, I do. I mean, I do appreciate the things that, I don't want to say the things that money can buy. I mean, I have money, but I do appreciate the things that financial security and success can provide. I mean, I think everyone
you deserve
should.
You know, you deserve a man who will dress you well and feed you well and show you how enjoyable a life like that can be. You know, vacations and a beautiful home and a nice car. It's not all about material possessions, of course. But the larger point I'm making is that you deserve a quality of life, not only physically, not only financially, but emotionally. You deserve someone who can, who's stable, who can provide. You know, you have to look at how old is Lorne? What is he? I thought I got my papers here. Somebody's 48 or 49, something like that. 47?
6.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be 47 in a couple of weeks.
So you've got a guy who's almost 50 years old, who doesn't have any financial foundation, doesn't have a career, doesn't have any prospects for one because he's not educated. He's a convict, a felon, rather. He's got some obvious behavioral issues and tendencies that are very unhealthy. And not only are they unhealthy, but they're unsafe for you. And you talk about going to meet this person. Well, I mean, he can't travel to you. He doesn't have any money. So you'd have to go to him. Now you're venturing into his world. You don't know anybody in that world. You don't know what kind of guy this is. And, you know, what if he has one too many one night while you're there and he decides to take his anger out on you in person?
Well, I did say this, and he doesn't like it, and he says that his therapist doesn't like it, but to me, this seems like the only viable option in terms of me going up there. I said, I need for him, and so far it's been 2 weeks. So we're 2 weeks into this, but I told him I need for you to go 3 months without drinking or 3 months without screaming at me. I gave him a list of things that I needed him to do in order for me to be willing to be comfortable enough to come down there. I was honest with him, and I did tell him that he does scare me and that...
this, you know what fear is, Ramona? You know what fear is?
What's fear?
It's nature's way of telling you you're in a situation you shouldn't be in and to get out. That's what fear is.
But
so
see,
if you're fearful, then that's the universe trying to tell you something.
But see, and that's why I told him, I said, you know, I need you to not drink. I need you to not, for 3 months. And I told him for 3.
How would you know if he does or he doesn't?
Because here's the thing. Every time he has ever gotten drunk, he has flooded my phone with hundreds and hundreds of abusive text messages, with tens of abusive voicemails, and and he's called me repeatedly, and if I am in a situation where I can answer my phone, I've been verbally abused. And so those are my clues into whether or not...
You're trying to talk him up into a best case scenario where he doesn't get drunk and abuse you. I mean, how healthy can this relationship be if you're trying to talk him up to that level of behavior?
Well, tell me if you agree with this, because this is the list that I gave him. I'm going through and looking for it. This is the list that I gave him. I have it. Okay, so on, let me see, hang on.
No sweat.
Okay, so on July 19th, I sent him, actually July 19th at 4:27 p.m., I sent him this letter, or well, this message, and I said, for 3 months, starting on July 19th, which was the day that I sent it, no getting drunk, no calling me or my family and friends' names, no threats to me or my friends and family, no yelling at me, no repetitive messages or calls, no messages before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m. ever, no getting an attitude if or when I don't.
Okay, besides all the whatever that she's about to say, the fact that you have to spell out, you don't threaten me or my family. She puts boundaries on the times that she will allow Lorne to conversate with her. And in what fucking world would anybody in Lorne's position say, okay, yeah, I guess that's just fine and dandy and fair, and not just take a good look at themselves and just go, wow, that's really fucked up of me, that these kinds of boundaries have to be set, that I can't threaten my girlfriend. Like, wait, what? My girlfriend is saying, all right, you can't threaten me anymore. You can't text me or call me in between these certain hours. This is mind-boggling shit that we're at. This is episode 1 with the therapist. And Lorne is about to get super fucking pissed and angry for being called out on this shit. But any person who has just a little bit of an essence of the ability to self-reflect would say, hey, I'm being a complete and total piece of shit right now. But no, you're not Lorne Armstrong. What Lorne Armstrong thinks is, this is an attack on me. And because you made me feel this way, now I gotta be on the defense. You have to change your behavior so that I feel comfortable enough not to treat you that way. This is how he spins some shit. And he's a fucked up, just he's gross and disgusting when he just fabricates, and how he explains himself and his worldview is so perverse. Yeah, fuck this guy. This is the part of the call that I hate the most, that she has to announce this shit, and Lorne is not objecting at all. He's accepting it and going, okay, and then I'll figure out how to flip it, rather than going, you're right, or I would never, right? Fucking dude. Can you imagine if poor Kayla was a real person and this is what she had to go through? 13-year-old or a 14-year-old or anybody else in those main country music chats that he was fucking, or just anybody in his life. What a shitbag. What a fucking shitbag.
Don't text or call back. No accusing me of cheating. No nasty voicemails. And I said no nasty messages.
No accusing me of cheating is another one. Fucking. I just want to squeeze his fucking neck.
From your friends or from your friends' phones. And so I said, and so I said, you have to do these for 3 months. You have to follow this for 3 months. And I said, and if you follow this for 3 months, starting today, then I'll come down on October 19th, that is his birthday. You know, I'll come down and spend that time with you, and I'll pay to do it.
Ramona mentioned in some other background commentary that the reason she specified about Lorne not sending threatening texts through other people's phones, that she blocked his number. Blocked his fucking number, and then he chose to take it upon himself to use other people's phones to accuse of her cheating and all this other shit. Like, that's how fucking rabid this dude is.
I said, but if you violate it and it has to start over, then I'm not going to pay to come down. And so it ended up getting violated, and so we are now at the 2-week point. So it's been
So you're saying that he's already broken the rules?
twice or 2 or 3 times.
Okay, let me tell you the problems that I see, that I have with that arrangement, and then I'll tell you
But
the
I
third
thought,
problem.
hold on, real quick. I thought that list was brilliant because it encompasses everything that he does that is abusive. I figured.
Well, here's the problem with it. The list is fine in the sense that it's an exemplary template for how every man should act all the time anyway. Now, the problem with the situation is threefold. The first problem with it is that if he's the kind of guy that you have to give an ultimatum to in order to get him to stop doing those things,
Right.
that's a bad guy. He should never have done any
100%.
of those things to start with. And the fact that he has multiple times, and that it's enough of a pattern of behavior that you have to draw up an arrangement with him to get him to stop doing those things, is very, very troubling. That's the first problem. Here's the second. When you tell a child that he needs to be good because if he's not good, Santa Claus won't come, you're teaching that child that good behavior is that rewards are a function of good behavior, that desirable outcomes are a function of good behavior. Okay, but the child is not doing the good behavior because he wants to be intrinsically good. He's only doing it to get the reward. He's doing it for the wrong reason. His focus is in the wrong place. Now, with a kid, it's fine. This is how we teach good behavior in children until they're old enough, where we can communicate the meta reasons for why good behavior is so important. But when you're dealing with a grown man and you have to offer him an incentive, then in addition to the problem I just outlined before, he's not doing it for the right reasons. He should want to not be verbally abusive, because being verbally abusive is a terrible thing for a man to be, especially to a woman. He should want to give up drinking because it makes him a worse person and it puts him and other people in danger. Okay? And to give him this ultimatum is to not only subtly reinforce that action reward dynamic that's so wonky, it's out of place. It's completely broken for this to be the basis on which a grown man learns to behave properly. But as long as you are the reason he's doing those things, you'll be the reason that he breaks the rules. Right? If things go south, well, then he's back to drinking and being abusive again.
Now, what do you mean I'll be the reason he breaks the rules?
Because the health of your relationship with him, the tone of the relationship, of your relationship with him, will be the nexus for whether or not he does the things he needs to do to improve. When a person is looking to affect an inner change, an inward change, a personal change to become a better person, if the motivation is not the intrinsic value and worth of being a better person, then it's misplaced. And it's especially dangerous when the impetus for that change is a relationship with another person. Because if things, say you're to have a bad stretch in your relationship with him, right? Well, that could demotivate him, and it could trigger him to go and drink to excess or to pursue these behaviors that he seems to have a hard time not doing in a way that's especially excessive or dangerous. This is why situations where a person is working to give up a vice or a tendency, a bad tendency or a bad habit to please another person rarely works out because the motivation is wrong to start with. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
I have two questions. Thing one is, would you call him an alcoholic?
Well, I can't make a determination like that based on the clinical definition for what an alcoholic is. I just don't have the insight. You know, that's an evaluation that requires a level of access that I don't have with him, and I'm not his therapist, so it's not my place to say. He certainly exhibits that tendency. He certainly exhibits there seems to be a thematic proclivity on his part to drink to excess. I think the odds are that he's an alcoholic. I think I would be more surprised to learn that he's not one.
Now, how would you define alcoholic?
Well, an alcoholic is broadly speaking just a person for whom alcohol is inappropriately or unhealthily significant part of their lives. It can take many forms. It can be some people. We have what we call functional alcoholics, which is to say somebody who can carry on the day-to-day activities of a normal life, such as working a job and having a social life and that sort of thing. But in order for them to feel normal or to feel comfortable in their own skin, they have to consume an excessive amount of alcohol. Broadly speaking, there are two types of alcoholics: alcoholism, alcohol abuse, and alcohol dependence. So that what I've just described would be someone who is alcohol dependent. Someone who abuses alcohol is, say, somebody who specifically drinks to excess because they enjoy the feeling of being out of control, and they enjoy exhibiting the behavior that a person does when they've consumed to excess. There's a lot of times it's not a clean division. You know, these are arbitrary distinctions that we make. So lots of people exhibit tendencies of both. Based on what I know about Lorne, I think there are tendencies toward both, which is to say he drinks frequently, the last 2 weeks notwithstanding. In other words, drinking is a part of his regular routine. So there's a dependence there. There seems to be a dependence there. But he drinks to excess, and that's the abuse part. That's the abuse component of it. And, of course, when he drinks to excess and then he becomes abusive and violent, verbally violent, and possibly physically violent. We don't know. I don't know. So
he said he wouldn't be.
He said he would be.
He said he wouldn't be. He said he would not hit me.
Well, of course he said that. I would say that too if I were trying to get you to come see me. Yeah, that doesn't really. I mean, you have to look at his behavior and his tendencies and his past actions. He kept getting mad at me for making reference to past mistakes he's made. But the reason I keep doing that is because I'm trying to establish a character here, a character sketch. And the way that you do that is by looking at consistent patterns of behavior and evaluating them and that sort of thing. And that's what I was doing with him. So I don't know if he meets the clinical definition for what an alcoholic is, but his behavior is certainly moving in that direction, and it certainly wouldn't surprise me if, upon being evaluated, the determination were made that he's an alcoholic.
Now, so now, like, I know you said that he leans, or that you lean toward believing that he is an alcoholic, but I mean, he has not had a drink in 2 weeks. I mean, it's like...
Well, look, AA gives out awards for going a year without drinking. I'm not... before you can go a year without drinking, you got to go 2 weeks. I'm not I'm not completely disregarding the significance of going 2 weeks without alcohol, but people do that all the time. Alcoholics do that all the time. That doesn't necessarily mean anything at all. And I might add that you don't know that he's gone 2 weeks. I think it's admirable that you want to trust him, that you want to believe you can trust him, but it's perhaps a little naive at the same time. If all you have to go on is his word, and he's proven to be unreliable in the past, I'm not sure how much weight that holds.
I mean, I will say, based on the fact that I have not gotten angry voicemails and abusive texts and repeated calls, like, honestly, if he is drinking, I would say he's probably having somebody hold his phone, because his behavior in the last 2 weeks does not suggest that he's had any drinks to me.
I don't know if you know this or not, but there are apps you can get for your phone that will shut down the text feature for in between certain hours, and they're made specifically for people who have a tendency to send drunk texts. So,
is that for real? But you know, I will say this again in his defense, that he has what he calls it like a burn phone, where it's like just a regular just flip phone, and because his probation officer has his phone, so he just has like a regular like throwaway type phone, and so I don't think he even knows what an app is, so he can't.
Maybe not. I don't know. All I'm saying is that you have to look at all possible options and all possibilities, and you have to do it in the light of what you know about him. I mean, this is true of any relationship, and it's especially advantageous for him, or potentially could be, for there to be so much physical distance between the two of you, because you really don't have any way of knowing. But I would say that even if he had...
All right, to be honest, I'm tired of the popping in the phone calls, but basically Patrick, who plays the therapist in this role, he makes a lot of good points here. Number one, Lorne's alcoholism dominates virtually everything in his life at this point, and a lot of it stems from his loneliness. And this is another reason that he is so velcroed and attached to his partners when it comes to the catfish, particularly Emma. But also, this is the reason that he has such violent emotions and is really just unable to control himself or conduct himself as a normal fucking human being, is because he, like every other alcoholic, likes to decide when and where they will reveal when they have been drinking, but virtually everybody else on the fucking planet knows that they've been drinking all day. This is particularly insightful when he goes to Alton's house or Tony's house, and he's got to bring the beer over in order to be accepted. So what really happens is Lorne starts his day off with his weak coffee and also a beer. And when you start your day with a beer at 11 a.m., by the time 7 p.m. rolls around, you are completely out of control when it comes to your emotions and your cognition and shit. I mean, we're gonna see it in the later on Emma and Dan calls, where he just can't even pronounce his own fucking name. But the way he treats Ramona, since this is before he knows that he's being recorded virtually consistently, it really just kind of lets you dial in on exactly what his just homeostasis is, right? Like his home base is just being a fucking prick, a controlling fucking prick. Anyway, we're gonna get back to the next Ramona calls next time. We've got 2 through 7. That was Ramona call number 1. We got fucking 7 of these things coming up with a therapist. He gets fucking heated, and it's pretty good shit. So anyway, that's the end of the stream. Love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Fuck you. Fuck Xavier. Fuck you both.